Gucci man.
Okay, let's start the podcast right now. I'm Steven. I'm joined with Wakil Nelson to talk about the Marvel movies now.
How's it going, man?
You're
Okay, so now we're gonna talk about Iron Man 3. Did you like the movie?
I'll say like half and half.
uh yeah, I liked it.
You
I mean,
sure?
I feel like some parts felt kind of forced, like the whole thing about Pepper and everything. I'm like, but overall, yeah, I kind of like the movie.
I think this was a bad movie. I think this was a bad way to start Phase 2 after we just watched Avengers. Avengers was a good movie, and then we go straight into Iron Man 3.
I mean, Iron Man 3 it was not that bad. Like it had the comedy aspect. It had like the villains, like the fighting scenes was like mad dope. Like what didn't you like about it? Besides
No,
the
man,
whole
the
force.
villains weren't that good.
I don't know.
Um,
It wasn't that good. Like the improvise. I don't know. It wasn't as good as Iron Man 2.
No, but this time you had superhuman. That what made it a little better.
yeah, nah. I think that Iron Man 2 had the better villain, but
No, because you had the what was it? You had the legions of Iron Man
oh
against all.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that. Can someone
What do you
explain it
mean
to
you
me?
didn't get that? It was a bunch of Iron Mans flying around
Yeah,
fighting.
man.
Like, was it to
All his
get?
Iron Man suits, all the Iron
Yeah,
Man suits created.
it was just like a defense type of like defense measure. It's just he felt like he needed his whole army of all his suits to just come in and just start killing everything.
I don't know. I didn't like it because they. I understand that they're trying to give him character development, but I didn't like the character development because of the whole him going to the Dark Void in Avengers with the explosion and then him falling back down. You know what I mean?
Well, like
The whole PTSD.
Yeah.
Mm, I mean, that made sense. I didn't like the whole. I mean, like the love arc, basically. Like I felt that was forced, but like I mean, it made sense. He could have died. Like, he was almost dead. I understand why they had like made the movie around that.
So the movie starts out with the Mandarin
yeah,
destroying Tony Stark's house. So the villain,
man, they messed it up. That is not the Mandarin.
what do you mean?
That's not the Mandarin.
The villain in this movie is Mandarin, which is a terrorist.
No, they use
No,
and they're terror. They it's like how you say it's like a terrorist organization, but they use the word Mandarin. They're not actually the Mandarin that people know as the supervillain. It's just the name of their organization. Is that they
wait,
use Mandarin as like for the leader of that group.
wait, what?
I didn't.
like,
Yeah.
No,
wait,
because you know
like,
how they say they're Mandarin and like I'm the Mandarin and all that. It's just the name of their group organization, but they use it as a term for leader.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean they fucked it up because the Mandarin had something was different from that movie. Same thing with what was it that guy who owns AIM, the
Yeah,
one that blonde guy. I mean
uh, the
I
main
mean
bad guy.
yeah, the bad guy. Yeah, I mean they like when they showed him and they said AIM, I thought they were gonna go with Modoc, but they didn't. Cause you
Yeah,
know freaking AIM creates Modoc and then they use Modoc to fight Tony. Or
And we get introduced to Pepper's ex-boyfriend, and then Hogan, happy, is like warning Tony Stark that she might go back to her ex-boyfriend. What was the whole thing with that?
what happened?
What'd you say?
Remember Pepper's ex-boyfriend?
Uh, he thinks. Oh wait,
You talking
who's
about
her
when?
ex-boyfriend? That was
The guy, because Pepper is supposed
owns
to be
AIM.
CEO.
AIM.
You talking
Wait, what? CEO. Let me see.
the one, the blind guy, the blonde hair guy, the
Yeah.
That's what
one
you
that
said?
Happy didn't trust.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is.
Yeah, I don't think you explained it right.
There we go.
That was her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, but I mean, the way you explained it, it didn't sound like we got it. It's good now. It's good now. I get what you're
Anyways,
saying.
and then we meet the kid, Harley Kenner, who is supposed to give him character development.
I
No.
like the little kid.
And then how did Tony Stark meet the terrorists again? Or the real Mandarin?
How he met him?
Yeah.
You mean
Well,
the
like
Chinese guy?
I keep telling you, he's not goddamn.
I mean, like
He's not the Mandarin.
the
He-
one
they
who's
used-
portraying the Mandarin. Like, who exactly are you talking about?
There was a fake Mandarin and then there was a real one.
But they're not the real Mandarins, all right? He explained this, all right? One is CEO of AIM, and the other one's just a puppet.
Okay, so the puppet or the CEO? Hello?
What do you mean?
Which
All right.
one?
The CEO of AIM is that blonde guy you're talking about, and then there's the puppet who has the beard and everything with the green coat,
Oh,
and we just call him the puppet. He's just being used, or in some way. Well, he was a British guy. That's the thing. He met him at their mansion when Tony was captured.
Mandarin, he's in Miami. He infiltrates the headquarters.
Oh yeah, when well, he did that without his suit though. That's when he built a bunch of stuff and just like ran through all the bodyguards.
Okay, wait, what was the point of the terrorists? What was the point of blind guy attacking Tony Stark? All because Tony Stark refused to join him in his research.
Yes, during that Christmas party or whatever it was, New Year's party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, and he got mad.
Well, and Tony Stark told him he'd meet him up on the roof, but he like just dissed him, but he just kept him there waiting. It was like the guy said he was contemplating committing suicide at that time. Like it was like a deep moment for him.
Well, you gotta remember, he had other business, and there was a lady. Okay, ladies first.
But this movie we had character development on War Machine.
I
No,
think his name was War Machine. I think it was something else now. They changed it.
to Iron Patriot.
Yeah, there you go.
But don't we still call him the War Machine?
Nah, he's Iron Patriot now.
No, in the
Gotta
other
catch up
movie,
with the times.
we call him War Machine.
It's a joke.
Yeah, but the thing
Steven.
is, Iron Patriot, they changed to that because now he serves his country, and by the president's side and all that.
The heroes
there,
still
like-
call him a War Machine, but everybody else call him the Iron Patriot.
Because he wears a red, white, and blue freaking Iron Man suit.
You know, I don't think we ever talked about Jarvis.
What about America?
Jarvis.
Jarvis, the best character in the show. I mean, in the movie.
How did you like Jarvis before things happened in the later movies?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
Nope.
No, we don't know what you're talking about. You're saying
Okay.
Jarvis. What's gonna happen to Jarvis?
Which movie are you talking about?
Does it involve Infinity Stone?
Steven, say words.
Okay, I know what movie you're talking about.
And so Tony Stark, he makes Pepper the CEO of the Stark Industries, right? because his PTSD, he doesn't want to be the CEO anymore.
I mean, if you keep having all these strokes about freaking going into a dimensional wormhole, of course you can't be CEO of your own company.
Yeah, going like 72 hours without sleeping and all that, and having like crazy
Well, I
nightmares.
want us to talk about the continuity of the story because I feel like when Phase 3 ends, they're going to reset the continuity. So I'm wondering how important the continuity is right now.
How important it is?
Because Phase 1 was the origin story, and Phase 2
Yeah.
was now we're out of the origin story. Now we'll just do regular movies.
Yeah. But it
I mean-
continues off where they left off. Like, continue. Because you gotta remember, the whole main story is the Infinity Stones and Thanos, but it's that at that point, they still don't know about it yet. Like, nobody knows yet.
What? Wait, does Tony Stark has Infinity Stone? Or was that a different one? The arc reactor in his chest.
No, the R reactor is just an arc reactor.
Yeah, I don't think that's one of the stones.
No,
That's
no,
something
just,
he built.
yeah, you can. It's like building your own, like a little miniature reactor, infinite power, but you have to recharge it.
So how did you like the villain? Aldrich. That's his name. The blonde hair guy.
No, they've messed it up. The villains, they messed it up.
Why?
They're not the Mandarin, all right? They're not the Mandarin. I know who the Mandarin is, and they're not the Mandarin,
The villains wasn't really that good.
right? If they put the Mandarin in that movie, then they have to have the Makulan rings.
Oh,
Don't.
wait, did you guys read the article that the little boy was supposed to be Peter Parker?
Well, the
That
little
would have
boy they
sucked.
saved. Wait, that little boy that took him into the garage?
Was that Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3?
What are you talking about?
There
Iron Man 3
there was a
because
scene in which Tony Stark saves a little boy wearing a Iron Man mask, and they said that that little boy was Peter Parker. I don't remember that happened in Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3.
Wait,
I
what?
think it was 2.
The little boy with the Iron Man mask?
It was supposed to have been a little boy with the mask.
Oh, that was going against Whiplash?
Yeah. I think
Okay,
it
yeah.
was 2.
That was him? I don't know about that.
That's what they said.
I mean, that's hard to tell. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Was his
I
movie
mean,
funny?
remember, no, you gotta remember everything. It's still like in beginning. We don't know what's the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe going to, so we just going like it's still beginning.
Was his movie funny? No?
Yes. Yes.
What do you mean?
What's that?
I said, what do you mean? Did you find it funny?
It's Tony Stark's whole personality. Like, it's just hilarious. Like, the way he just don't care. Like, how he sent the guy to the roof and just left him there. Like, he didn't give no thoughts about it. Lied to his face. Like, the part where he left the kid, when he was dropping off the kid, was giving him the sad face and everything. He really just left
Yeah.
the kid. Where he's talking about he's all, like, he's cold and everything. He just left. It's just like, I don't know. I just found it funny that he was just a dick.
You know, I was watching a podcast. They were like, name me one movie that Robert Downey Jr. was in before Iron Man.
It's not fair. It's not fair. I don't know.
Let's play this game. Name me one movie he was in before Iron Man.
What was it? He was in that movie where they.
The only thing I can remember is Sherlock Holmes. Remember that movie?
I think that came after it.
You sure? I
I
thought
don't
it
think
came.
that was before.
Yeah, I think Sherlock Holmes came after Iron Man. I think.
Well,
No,
I mean,
the only movie I remember him before that was some movie in the freaking 80s where he was like a teenager and then he and his, or actually, he was like the bad, like, the bully in high school.
yeah, I have no
Like,
idea.
I don't know, these two other guys, they use science and try to create like a robotic woman. I
Weird
don't know.
Yeah,
Science? He
damn
was
it.
in
Yeah.
Weird Science?
Yes,
Sherlock Holmes.
whatever
That was him?
that was Robert Downey Jr. the with the black hair and everything, like, you know, pigging on them.
Oh, wow. I
That
did
was
not know
him.
that.
That was him. Yes.
I like that movie. I didn't know
What
that.
movie?
Now I feel stupid. Weird Science. It's the old, like, 80s movie.
I don't know what that is.
You
It's
don't know the old
basically
80s
like
movies?
yeah, it's two nerds building a female robot. Like, they just built a female robot.
So you're willing to watch an 80s movie, but not a movie in the 70s?
What
Okay.
movie is it? Wait, 80s movies. Everyone love 80s movies. Like,
It had colors.
Wait, no, because you said you would never watch Planet of the Apes, the original movie.
and not Planet of the Apes. I can't. Like,
Oh, the fake.
yeah, the original one.
But you're willing to watch an 80s movie?
Yeah, have you watched any of the 80s movies? It's when, like, films really took off. It's like everything really got good.
Wait, let me see what year Planet of the Apes came out. Oh, it came out
Probably in '84.
1968.
That's
1968.
old.
But it has color. You're acting like it has no color.
Yeah, but look at the actors. Look at the overall, like, everything about it. It's just, I don't like the costumes. I don't like how the monkeys look. I
But
don't
you
like.
don't understand. They don't make movies like they used to back in the old days.
They don't. That's why 80s movies were so amazing. But I'm saying, like, the Planet of the Apes, I'm sorry, but, like, I feel like they made the movie before its time. They didn't have what they have now to make the movie. Like, you see the Planet of the Apes now, like how they
Yes.
actually got the real, like, monkeys and stuff running around and apes
Real
and, like,
apes.
everything. Like, it looks crazy. It looks nice, but that one's like, wow, yeah.
Me. Ape.
Wait, I'm trying to find another movie. Wait, what? What movie were you guys talking about that Robert Downey Jr. was in 1980s? What was it?
Science. Weird Science. I don't know. I don't remember the name of it. I just know I'd seen that one. That's because it had a hot chick.
Oh, weird. Yep. 1985.
I was
Yeah.
close. I said 84. I was close.
I mean, it's an 80s movie, so it counts.
Okay, wait, let me try to find some. I gotta talk while I try to find some. Uh, okay, I got it. Oh, did you know the original cut? Originally, this movie was 3 hours long.
Weird Science?
No, Iron Man 3.
Oh, you didn't say we were circling back.
Yeah, I thought you were searching up about that movie.
What did they cut out? I can't picture it being 3 hours long.
The movie was 2 hours long, so they cut out 1 hour of the movie.
I feel like it was for the better. Probably
Part of the
dragging
other
on
hour
for 2
was
hours.
being lost.
Oh, did you guys notice that Happy he mentions Downtown Abbey as his favorite television show?
Downtown Abbey.
You remember that he said that in the movie?
No.
Are you talking about the Easter eggs?
Yeah.
Oh. Nah, man, I won't remember all the Easter eggs from these old movies.
Oh, here's another Easter egg. The film was heavily edited for Chinese audience.
Why? Because I told you it's not the Mandarin.
How
The
much
Chinese
racism?
The Chinese edit has additional scenes featuring the character Dr. Wu.
Doctor Wu.
Oh, who's Dr. Wu?
Who's Doctor Wu?
Or is it just to please them? Like, just
Yeah,
to
the
please them,
Chinese
like,
audience.
damn. Like, God, China, get it together.
All right, it's not the Mandarin.
I guess if they wanted to like spread to the Chinese audience, they would have left that in there. I understand. For them, I mean, it probably wasn't really needed, but just to make them happy.
Oh, remember the scene? Oh wait, no, this wasn't the movie that had the flashbacks with 20 when he was little. Wait,
What you mean?
what?
Say that again.
Was it this movie or am I making that up? Wasn't there a
What
scene
you
where
said?
Tony Stark was a little kid?
Little kid or teenager?
I don't think he was a little kid in this movie.
What? Am I making that up or was that in the movie?
I did not see that in the movie. I don't remember a part where like they had a flashback him as a kid. I don't remember that at all.
Or you're talking about the plane crash?
No, when Tony Stark was a little kid, wasn't there a flashback?
No, not that I remember.
Oh. It says one scene of the movie was shot inside Epic Games, the people behind Gears of War.
It was.
The studio of Epic Games.
It's nice.
Tony Stark was born in 1969.
Okay.
No jokes on that?
No.
1969?
Mm.
No?
No. No.
No jokes?
No. I meant Civil War show the flashback, and you go like, "Oh, look at that, teenager." I mean, of course, Tony's old. Right? He's in his 40s in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. By real life, he's much older.
Wait, who was Mandarin originally?
What
Who
you
was
said?
Mandarin originally? It doesn't say anything.
Who was he originally?
Yeah, in the comic books. It doesn't say that they messed up the villains.
Look, the Mandarin is a Chinese guy, but he has no real name. And the whole story with the Mandarin focuses on the Makuan rings, which are 10 rings that give power. Not like the Infinity Stones, but like fire, ice, lightning, like basic stuff. I don't know if you ever seen that show. What was it called? Where it was in Nicktoons. What was it? It was that Iron Man armor adventure, or was it?
What? What are you talking about?
That's where they focus more on the Mandarin, that armor adventure.
Yeah, but in this movie, he wasn't. It wasn't really him like that though. He was just. They were just
No,
putting on
they
like a
just use
show,
they
right?
just use the name, even though they freaking had like a tattoo of a dragon. I was like, wow.
So they just forced it basically. Like it wasn't even supposed. He had nothing to actually do with it.
No, Mandarin has to focus with the Makuan rings. If you've seen Armor Adventure, you'll see.
No, I looked him up. I do know who this is. Yeah, it says this is like a whole completely different thing than what they had in the movie.
You know Iron Man is already 10 years old, right? The movie.
Yeah.
Does that make you feel old?
Do it make me feel old? Nah. I mean, it's
Oh,
only 2
man.
years.
And when you find the fountain of youth,
Yeah.
This movie ends with.
I seen Rugrats. Rugrats the other day. That made me feel old.
This movie ends with Tony Stark talking to Bruce Banner, the God Hawk, and then Bruce Banner was he fell asleep. He wasn't even listening to Tony Stark the whole story.
You talk about the end cred?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
I
how
thought
it
you
ends?
no, come on, man. You should have talked about where he gets his arc reactor removed.
What was
Oh,
that
yeah.
part again?
When he got it cut out.
No, because he will always be Iron Man.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, he took out his arc reactor, like
And blew all
like
the suits out.
responsibility.
What?
That he took his arc reactor heart or whatever it is, freaking took it off. That's it.
Took it out of his chest when he had Pepper cured.
Okay, so 1 out of 10, how would you rate this movie?
I still say half and half.
Like 6.5, maybe a 7. Nah, 6.5.
Let's give this movie a 4 out of 10.
That's right. It's not the Mandarin. All right,
It
not the Mandarin.
wasn't that
Let's
bad.
move on to the next movie.
It was not as bad as Hulk.